Here at the desk is the pro. Andy Baehr is with me, head of product and research at Coindesk Indices, talking about what's been going on. Now, we do have Bitcoin at around 2-week lows, but
yes,
people love Bitcoin. You still see enormous demand. More ETFs coming because it's where it's at. It's still hot, right?
I was counting last night over the weekend how many different ways you can get exposure to Bitcoin. It was very easy to come up with 10 different ways between just buying some Bitcoin, buying ETFs, derivatives, DATs, miners, structured products. So it's
and even stocks that have exposure.
Absolutely.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so that's great. It can be confusing, or at least can cause some people to have some disorientation about how to buy Bitcoin. The SEC announced a new rule approval last Wednesday afternoon, which will allow many more different cryptocurrencies to come to market more quickly in ETF form, which is great. We love adoption and variety. That can also cause a little bit of burden of choice for some people who are just starting to get involved. So we were especially happy to hear that the SEC also approved the uplisting of the Grayscale Coindesk Crypto 5 into an ETF. It started trading on Friday, and now people can buy the index.
That's the exciting part about this. What is this Grayscale Crypto 5? What does it mean? Why is it great for investors? Because it gives a little more diversification, right?
In one step, basically. You can, if you don't know a lot about tech stocks, maybe you don't want to buy individual tech stocks, but you want to buy an ETF that has a basket. If you don't know a lot about a new asset class, but you want to kind of invest for the long term, maybe you just want to buy a basket of the top names, and that's exactly what this Grayscale ETF does. It tracks the Coindesk 5 index, which has been around for many, many years now.
So what's in there?
Right now we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, and Cardano, market cap weighted. So you have a good deal of Bitcoin, you have a healthy portion of Ethereum, and then Solana, XRP, and Cardano have smaller pieces in proportion to their size.
And so at this point now, the administration certainly has been pushing crypto forward. I mean,
Yes.
I've had, politics aside, but I've had crypto experts say, look, we really like that. For example, you noted the SEC now approving another rule.
That's right.
Do we anticipate that crypto goes higher? I mean, you have people who come on and talk Bitcoin a million, I mean, but I had somebody on recently who said, I'm waiting for Bitcoin to go back down to 70,000. I'm going to buy it. What do you say when people sort of have all these sort of back and forth targets?
Crypto remains volatile, and we'll have drawdowns and we'll have recoveries. We believe crypto as an asset class will go higher, but we're sure that crypto is going to go wider. We believe that more assets and more stories will come to market. We believe that the CFTC and the SEC will work together to make access to crypto, whether it's in a wrapped securities form or directly, more easily available to a wider audience in the United States. We believe things like stable coins and other smart contract platforms will change the way that we do things. How, when, which names, timing, always very difficult. And like any other asset class, if I start to feel that way about a sector, I'm just going to try to buy the market portfolio and wait for the growth to happen over time.
Look, Bitcoin in 3 years has gone from 15,000 to 125,000. Tell me about some of the other tokens or crypto assets that, how they lead in performance. Which ones should people look at?
2025, there have been two really big rotations. Starting in April, there was a big rotation amongst holders from Bitcoin to Ethereum, and Ethereum drove the performance of the crypto market from April, say, through early August. That was a big, big change where Ethereum went up multiple times while Bitcoin kind of stayed put. Mid-August, when Bitcoin and Ethereum both made their all-time record highs, that's when Solana took over. And Solana, between middle of August and last week, has gone up a tremendous amount and has led performance. So, if you're not in this market every single day, it's going to be hard to detect when those rotations happen so that you can switch and capture performance. Yet another reason you just want to own the whole asset class.
Right. I mean, what else was in the Grayscale 5? You mentioned, I think, XRP. Solana, XRP.
Right, and XRP was a huge performer last year.
Are those also great performers? And what
They've
was
been
the last one?
Over the last several years, especially into last November, and in certain parts of this year, they've been good, but they could come back again. XRP is a diversified, financial-oriented platform. and Cardano is a very well-known and very much loved layer 1 blockchain. So you just never know. These are the 5 names, coincidentally, that the president mentioned earlier this year as being interesting assets to keep an eye on, and maybe potential inclusion into some kind of government program. So,
what's the Bitcoin, sort of target? $1 million, 200,000. What's the latest?
It got a lot softer over the last 24 hours with some liquidations, so we may be in for a soft patch. We don't give specific price targets, but the trend is pointing higher.
All right, Andy Baehr, Coindesk Indices, thank you so much. Great to see you, and thanks for all the latest news, too. Latest rules that are happening, and more available to you, more products available to you.